Hey there, folks, and a pleasant greetings and salutations to everyone. It is so good to be back on the mic, be back in the studio, and to be producing content for your pleasure. So thank you so much for everyone who's still here, who has been supporting me throughout the way. Trust and believe it is not in vain, and I am actually in a better place with thanks to you and everyone else who contributed. So thank you so much. With that, welcome back to another episode of our venture in the visual novel, If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary. In the last episode, it was some serious close calls there. Kotori was flying the glider and unfortunately became heavily distracted with things that were on her mind, and that caused her to pitch the nose up a little too high on the glider, which of course reduced the amount of lift and ultimately stalled the glider, to which she had Haruka with her, and unfortunately had Haruka as well as Kotori's own self in a bad position. She was able to recover it and land, but Aoi was not happy with it at all, and I can understand where he's coming from, to which at that point Aoi grounded her and said she's done for the day. As things continued on, it appears that everyone had finished all of their class tests and everything, and it looks like they all had good markings. But of course, in celebration, Kotori was not really anywhere to be found. And of course, I'm sure Aoi would go look for her at some point in that regard. And in other news, Aoi's job as the dorm mother is coming to an end. To which, of course, he's going to turn the page and go to another chapter. But within that, of course, he reminisces all the memories, of course, as the dorm mother and also all of his duties thereof. And he found one particular thing as he was going through everything. So in that, let's find out exactly what that was. Let's take a look. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what you found, Aoi. Kotori! Hey! Kotori! Hat poked his head out. Is Kotori there? I'll take that as a no. I couldn't understand what he was saying, so I peeked through Hat's special door. I didn't see any sign of Kotori. Guess not. Oh, great. Where is she now? Oh, maybe she's at the hangar. Asa and Yoru came down from the second floor. Looks like it. Could very well be. That was one of her common hangout spots. Why would she be there? Yeah, I hear you. Got it. Thanks. I thought about it, then took what I'd found in the desk and left the manor. You mind if I come visit?
厳粛な空気とでも言うのかな。敬虔な信徒さんにとっての聖堂のようなね。いいなあ、グライダー。これ安くで払い下げになんないかな。
I don't think they're gonna sell it at all.
そしたら僕の野望にぐっと近づくのに。なんかしばらくソアリング部お休みだって言うし、今度これ借りてフライトできないかな。
Are you sure you want to do that?
お願いしてみよう。たまには飛ばないと腕が鈍っちゃうし。感覚を思い出すためにちょっとコックピットに座らせてもらおう。
Make sure that's all you do.
ん？
I'll bet you that Kotori is in there. Yep, called it.
小鳥ちゃん、どうしてコックピットの中に？
Izuka's voice quavered like she'd seen a ghost as she stared at Kotori there in the cockpit.
ここが落ち着くから。
Well, they think alike.
そう。ああ、びっくりした。心臓止まるかと思ったよ。すいません。いえいえ。もしかして独り言全部聞かれちゃってたかな。
Don't worry about it, Izuka. We all talk to ourselves out loud at times.
貸してあげてもいいですよ。どうせ誰も乗らないし。けど払い下げはしませんのであしからず。やっぱ聞こえてたんだ。
Kinda hard not to.
なんで一人でコックピットの中にうずくまってたの？かくれんぼじゃないよね。
If only.
落ち込んでいるからです。そうなんだ。見たまんまだね。ねえ、後ろに座っていい？どうぞ。やったー、久しぶりの操縦席だ。
Izuka crawled into the back seat, grinning happily. All that despite the fact that the glider was locked up in the hangar and not going anywhere. It was kind of weird, that Kotori had thought. The two of them sat in the tiny little cockpit in the middle of the huge hangar.
ねえ、何があったか聞いてもいい？いいですよ。あんまり面白い話できませんけど。
It's interesting enough to try to help you get out of that funk that you're in.
いいよ、それでも。
Kotori was grateful and happy that Izuka was keeping it so light.
この前の訓練フライトでストールさせちゃったんです。小鳥ちゃんが？へえ、珍しいね。そんなに難しいコンディションだったの？
Kotori shook her head.
気流は安定していて、サーマルも見つからない状態でした。それなのにストールさせちゃったの？最近私ちょっとおかしくって、空が遠くなった気がするんです。空が遠く？
Kotori nodded.
以前は手を伸ばせばいつでも届く気がしてたのに、今はどんどん遠くなって、まるで届く気がしない。
Kotori looked up and raised her hand toward the hangar ceiling.
あの日もそういう気分で、サーマルも見つからなくて、機体はどんどん沈下していって、気づいたら操縦桿を後ろに倒してました。
The glider had pulled up and picked up a little height. But then they passed the critical angle of attack, and the glider had gone into a stall.
少しでも空に近づこうと思ってたんだと思います。
Actually, Kotori did not honestly know what she was thinking at the time. She guessed that sense that the sky was rescinding made her want to do something, and she had pulled the yoke without thinking.
私、ストールの兆候にも気がついてなくて、あの時葵から無線が入らなきゃ本当に危なかった。
This is why it's always good to have a spotter in some cases. If Kotori had taken any longer to recover, they could have been in real trouble. And with that low altitude, they might have even... Yeah, let's not think about that, especially since it did not happen. Let's just make sure we don't do that again.
この間まで来てくれてた監督がもう来られなくなるんです。もしかしたらあれが最後のフライトになるかもしれなかったのに、台無しにしちゃった。
It happens. Kotori had never been distracted like that during a flight before. Flying was always so much fun. She'd never thought about anything else.
それだけじゃない。もし事故なんて起こしたら今度こそ本当に廃部になっちゃう。
But you didn't, so let's just put in the effort to make sure that doesn't happen again. And Haruka would almost definitely have gotten hurt.
それは耳に痛い話だね。
You don't say, Isuka.
僕は昔事故を起こして親友に迷惑をかけちゃったからね。
After that, Izuka had vanished, and Amane had kept getting held back to fly the so-called cloud corridor.
ごめんなさい。
小鳥ちゃんが謝ることじゃないよ。でもだから僕にも少しは気持ちがわかるって話。僕もあの時普通の状態じゃなかった。
Kotori thought she might talk about her accident, but Izuka stayed quiet for a while. Then she asked a question instead.
ねえ、水瀬くん大学行かないんだって？もしかしてそれと関係してる
？Kotori stayed silent. Her mouth twisted itself unnaturally. That's when she noticed it. That was something that she didn't want her to bring up.
関係あるのかも。
小鳥ちゃんの心理当ててあげよっか。水瀬くんは自分の夢を持っててすごいな。なのに私はこのままじゃ置いてかれちゃう。
Pretty accurate.
そんなところじゃない？
Yeah, you are. Rather than being angry at her for getting it right, Kotori's eyes widened in surprise.
すごい。どうしてわかったんですか？
僕も似たような経験あるんでね。
青いアゲハはすごいです。自分のやりたいことを見つけてて、目標に向けて未来に向かって頑張ってる。けど私にはそういうのがないの。
大学に行って勉強するんでしょ？それが目標じゃないの？
それはただ自分にできることをしようとしてるだけ。
Kotori only started programming because she could do it well, even if she couldn't use her legs. And once she'd tried it a little bit, she found it really suited her. And with the right skill set, she could actually support herself. She could earn money and live on her own.
けどそれは夢じゃないから。
Why?
青いアゲハみたいな夢じゃないの。
Kotori, you can't be comparing yourself to other folks. That's the wrong way to go about it. Pay attention, folks. We can't be comparing ourselves to other folks. That's gonna mess us up every time. Programming and systems engineering were fun once Kotori had tried them. But she didn't feel like that was what she wanted to do with her life. Ageha and Aoi had found something that made them feel like that, and now they were walking that path.
そのこと水瀬くんたちに話してみた？
Yeah, but that didn't go so well, homie. That didn't really go so well.
話せるわけないよ。
You two are dating. You gotta be able to talk to each other like that. You gotta be able to have that vulnerability with each other. Because when it comes down to it, Aoi's just gonna try to help guide you through it. It's not like he's gonna be a jerk about it. Come on, cuz. Reel it in. Come on. Reel that intelligence in. Reel it in.
どうして？
だってそれじゃ対等じゃなくなっちゃう。
Equals in what?
二人と肩を並べられない。
Yeah, you got it twisted.
そっか。
Izuka did not ask Kotori why she thought like that. She just nodded like she understood what Kotori was talking about. Maybe Izuka had felt the same way back then when she used to spend time with Amane and the others in the garage.
私みたいな体の不自由な子は少しでも弱いとこ見せたらすぐ登場されちゃう。
You're showing a weakness right now, Kotori. You're so focused on trying not to show any weaknesses that you're actually showing weaknesses. It's better off to show that particular weakness that can be turned into a strength rather than try to show a weakness that is just guaranteed to stay as a weakness.
その扱いあの二人にはされたくない。
I get it. At the same time, you trying too hard is a weakness. Kotori would rather face deletion than endure that.
けど葵もアゲハもいない場所で頑張れる気がしない。
I think you can.
それは夢がないから？
Back when they were trying to fly in the morning glory, they had struggled and fought, but she had been able to face those problems head on. Because Kotori had a dream. Because Kotori had something to fight for. Wait a minute, is this Kotori or is this Izuka at this point? I'm starting to suspect this is Izuka. And because they had friends looking up to the sky along with them, but once they graduated and went to university, they would be alone. Yeah, this is probably Izuka. No, it could be Kotori still. How could they keep going with no dream and no friends? Maybe it is Kotori. The moment Kotori had started thinking that way, the sky had started to become distant. Yeah, I'm thinking this is still Kotori's point of
私
view.
モーニンググローリーを飛んで自分はその気になれば何でもできるって思ってた。
And it was her friends who helped her get there. That experience, that miracle, had sustained her to this day.
けどただの勘違いだったのかもしれない。あれから2年間新しい夢を探したけど見つからなかった。大学へ行って時間稼ぎするくらいしか。けどこんなんじゃダメなの。あの日私をあそこへ飛ばせてくれたみんなに申し訳なくって。
All right, folks, give her a tissue. Kotori started to cry from frustration and misery. She never wanted Aoi or anybody else to ever see her like this. Can't do that, homie. You gotta be able to be vulnerable around them like this, because they'll come help you. I understand you want to do some things on your own, but it doesn't always mean you necessarily have to do them by yourself.
やった
Izuka stood up from her seat.
イスカさん。
She climbed down from the cockpit and walked over to the control table. And let's find out what she's doing at the control table on the next episode. Yeah, I'd say the big lesson on here is there are times to where we will need to rely on others to help us, and then there are some times to where we have to search within ourselves to find out what is our purpose. in serving in the world. And it looks like Kotori has not yet found that. And those of you who are close to graduating high school, this is something to think about as well. As you progress on in life, find out what your purpose is. Not everything is fun and games and all that stuff. And in order to even be able to do fun and games, you need to establish your foundation of living first. So find out what it is that you enjoy and see if you can make a career out of it. But one thing about it, find people you can truly trust to be vulnerable with in the times to where you are experiencing some weakness. So with that, I want to thank everyone for watching this video this time around. If you like what you saw, maybe consider leaving a like. And if you haven't done so already, maybe consider subscribing. And also be sure to check out my Linktree page so you can get all the links to all my different media outlets. I encourage that you follow those as well. And stay tuned for the next productions to be released. And until next time, happy mixing, everyone.